YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in the Total War Attila Legendary campaign. There was a bit of a snafu. I started recording. I played the naval battles against the Pict and the Abdonian fleets that were here. There was 3 transport fleets, 2 of which were full stacks. I kicked the crap out of them really bad in a naval battle, believe it or not. Really bad. Most of the losses that I took during this were actually when I auto-resolved against the very small fleet that was left. So yeah, it was very good for me. But yeah, it kind of screwed up. I couldn't save it, so that's why this is a little bit different than where we left off. But that's all you missed was those 2 battles against the transport fleets. It was really nothing special. It was some extremely derpy AI behavior, extreme derpiness, and that was pretty much it. But I'm gonna go ahead and sail north towards Britannia with this fleet, with the intent of supporting my armies that are up there, and it's possible that this fleet could get sunk on the way up. I hope not, but we'll do what we can. Let's see. Integrity when patrolling, probably good. What am I missing here? Did I miss something? I got 2 more skills, huh? Melee defense, public order in the local province. Oh, that could be handy if we're parked somewhere. We'll see. So yeah, it's gonna be time for us, I think, to get Appius and Sextus into combat on the next turn. So I kind of want to just get this turn done so I can get them into combat, which has been something that we've all been waiting for quite a long time now. So this army, let's pull in some Cataphractari. And I do like these Gallic Equites. They are just really good against melee infantry. There we go. Thrungians. This army can go off of forced march. There is Yage's army or whatever it is. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on them. They're technically in my territory, raiding down here in this little peninsula, which seems to be a popular strategy for these enemy stacks, but I don't think they're going to find that it's a very effective one. Mattiari, kind of probably ought to bring these guys up and replace the Mattiari with crossbows. So let's bring them up to Ravenna and do just that. Let's go ahead and disband. I do like these Mattiari. Very, very nice units, very helpful units. And at close range, they're deadly, but where we need some longer range firepower sometimes, we need to just go ahead and get the Ballistari there. Let's check out what's going on in Africa. We are ready to invade in Africa. And I'm going to take this 10th Legion forward here. I'm going to declare war on the African rebels. I'm not going to call my allies to help because I could care less. And I'm going to attack the African rebels. It's giving them good chances here. Far better than they deserve, to be quite honest. I'm going to encircle. And I'll move up with my 2nd army, and we'll see how it changes their chances here. Yeah, these guys don't have a snowball's chance right now. And if I attack now, I can actually kill all their fleets and everything while they're here. So I'm going to go ahead and auto-resolve this one. Just steamroll these guys. And then if we get a chance to fight like an actual bigger battle against them that kind of makes sense, then that's what we'll do. But we'll try and take this province back. It's going to be pretty unruly to start with. I don't need an infantry grounds. Well, I mean, actually that may not be a bad idea because I kind of like to get rid of these spears and get some Armigeri there. I'm going to repair it just for a turn or 2. And this Tanner we'll go ahead and get rid of. Let's see. This army gains some traits. Let's give them the public order boost, especially since we're trying to take over some new territory, and the integrity is never a bad thing. We're going to have to probably turn on the Garamantians pretty soon, too, as we capture this. They'll probably just go ahead and declare war on me. It's quite possible. Do you have money to spend? Let's just see if we can find a place to drop that money. I was going to see if we could... Yeah, we can build another religious building there. That's great, because then we can build up these sheep flocks. Got all the other stuff coming, so we should be able to make this province pretty sweet. Make it even wealthier. We've spent some of our money. We've got a new building slot available in Rome, and let's just kind of take a second here and think about what we want to build. We've got 110 food. We're fully upgraded at the Great Theater. It would be another 50 food if we want to upgrade to the Governor's Palace. So food could be handy because we only have the one fishing port there. We do have the salt that's upgrading though. Or no, this right here. It doesn't give me that much extra food though. Sanitation's fine. Public order's fine. I think I'm going to go... Well, that's the thing though, is that I have a wheat field here. The only other thing I could build is a cattle herd, and I'm not sure that I get that much. I mean, I get some food out of it. It's not bad. Actually, I get quite a bit of food out of it. 55. What is that one? So that one's 170 food. And that one's 210. So, I mean, you get a... It looks like the cattle pens are kind of like a mix. Let's go ahead and do that. Just... The extra food, like I said, will help me support any other upgrades that I eventually want to run in this province, which should be quite a few. So that'll be good. We could go ahead and spend some money here. This temple's kind of expensive, but... Well, I mean, is the temple necessary? It's really not. Let's find somewhere else where the upgrades would be more worthwhile to us. Public order here is really good. Might as well upgrade the wheat farm. Got the marble stone cutter, 600 wealth from industry. We could probably handle the squalor, and if not, we can always upgrade the temple. Got more food on the way. Let's upgrade these two town centers here. That'd be a good way to spend some of this money, and we'll do this one there. I think the extra food from the sheep flock should cover it. So should be good there as well. Alright, think that we are set to end a turn. We've spent most of our money, which would be good. We've made the important army movements that we need to, and on the next turn here we can finally get to the invasion of Britannia with Sextus, which I have been looking forward to for a long time. Public order for the local province, corruption in the local province, there we go. Let's go ahead and end the turn. There are some Ebdonian agents that came down, but not super worried about that. Now that my armies have split up between Appius and Sextus, we'll see if they get attacked. I mean, with some skillful play, surely we can overcome anything they throw at me here. The Saxons have not been fielding particularly dangerous troops against me. They have some dangerous troops if they actually... Yeah, here they go. They're going to gang up on me with everything they got. And it's giving them pretty good chances. We'll see whether or not they actually have a good chance. They have a lot of pikes. I have a lot of crossbows, though, so I don't think their pikes are going to do well. I can corner camp them here as well. Assuming the map's not insanely unfavorable, but even if it is, I'm probably still going to corner camp just to make sure I don't get outflanked. I mean, we could noob box also and probably be fairly safe. But let's just try and see if we have a good corner camping option, because it's just always a better way to get the enemy blobbed up where you want. I have two Marian Equites as well, so... Now, I used to think that my Gallic cavalry were good against cav, but once I looked closer, they were obviously not good against cavalry. So, kind of figured that out. This corner right here would be ideal for camping, because it's up at the top of a hill. And then we could hide our cavalry maybe over here in this little patch of forest and bring it in from behind the enemy. So let the camping begin. If the enemy gets the reinforcements behind me, I can just go ahead and kill those as well. Shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, this little patch of forest right here should be the lifesaver. Let's see if we can hide everything over there.
Melee horsemen. Mounted javelin men.
I'm trying to hide, but it's not working. There's little bits of forest here, but it doesn't act like... Let's see if my lighter cavalry can hide okay here. Yeah, it can.
Mounted javelin men!
There we go. Alright, so I got all my cavalry hidden there, so should be ready to get this camp started. What I'm gonna do is just I want my armigeri to be in fairly thick ranks. Right there. I'll bring spears in to help with either flank in case they do have any cavalry. I don't expect a lot from them. Let's put Sextus back. We need Sextus to be safe. That's the most important thing. If I get him killed, I'm never going to forgive myself. All right. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Just see what we can spot. The cavalry is well hidden. Enemy is going to try and pull together all their forces. I can't see anything else that they're bringing at the moment. And it looks like all my troops are now into position. Shield wall, testudo, testudo. I'm going to put Sextus in the mobile testudo because it's much more protection against missiles. And if we spread him as thin as we can in that testudo, it should give him maximum protection against missiles. Check out that mobile testudo. It looks pretty cool, the formation does, even though it's noodled out. Okay, let's just kind of keep an eye on things. The AI cannot see any of my units, which might be why they're kind of wandering around a bit aimlessly.
The enemy draws near!
They'll spot my men eventually once they get up to the top of that hill. They have the spotting distance. Hopefully they don't spot my cavalry first. That could be a problem. Suppose it's possible. Alright. I could use one of my cavalry units to lure the AI over to my troops, but I'd rather not. Just going to have to wait a second here and get the AI over here. I don't want, I mean, normally I could edit out something like this, and I would, but since I'm on the road recording with my laptop, I'd kind of prefer not to have to edit this out. My laptop can render videos, it's just that it's a time constraint. You know, I'm not here to babysit it necessarily when I'm on a business trip. Let's just see what happens here. Lots of enemies coming onto the map as expected because they had plenty of reinforcements. I am in fast forward, but the AI is just taking its time and walking around. They can see my troops now, so they ought to know where to go, and that'll cause them to reform and start marching my direction ever so slowly. Corner camping definitely eats up some time, so if you're skipping this part of the video, I do not blame you in the least, and in fact would probably encourage it. Otherwise, while this is going on, maybe I can just try and give you all a quick update on things that I'm wanting to do. So Halo Wars is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One. That's exciting for me. I loved Halo Wars. So I will be starting a playthrough of that. I should be streaming this Saturday, which I believe is April the 2nd. We'll be doing a live stream. Not exactly sure. I probably want to live stream a campaign episode because you all seem to like that. And then maybe that'll be when I do the first Halo Wars episode, or I don't know if I could get people to play with me. It might be fun to live stream do a multiplayer battle on the Gothic Armada. Something like that. The Homeworld 2 campaign will be back. Someone asked me about it. That and the Star Wars stuff. I'm going to start trying to splice those in from time to time. Same thing with just the Halo videos. What I'll do is probably on those videos that are less popular, I'll try and splice at least maybe one of them in a week, so that variety is there. But I'm not overdoing it on videos that people just don't watch as much. But yeah, the Gothic Armada I'm actually having a ton of fun with. I know it's not getting as many views as, like I say, a standard Total War video, but that game is really fun, and I would recommend that if you all get the chance to, if you like strategy games, I don't even like the Warhammer 40k universe. I'm not interested in it. It doesn't really draw me in or anything, but the game is fun, and it's just good. So it's one of the better games that I've played in quite a while. So I'm pretty excited about it. Definitely having the opportunity to play it is going to be great. Let's see. Come on. Lazy AI, let's go. I definitely need to keep my crossbows alive if the AI is going to go for a YOLO, which they very well might. Since they don't have long range, it would go ahead and make sense for me to kind of pull my crossbows back here. I might bring Sextus even further back here just for safety's sake. Safety first, Sextus. Lots of AI units coming towards me, and it doesn't look like they're actually all grouping up as one. They've got to come all the way up this hill. Oh, is that their onager? Holy cow. That killed a ton of my men. Like an absolute crap ton of my men. Good grief. That Celtic onager is like pinpoint accurate. Look at that. It's just leveling my Ballistari. I mean, it's killed like 40 men. Not to mention its refire rate seems a bit extreme at the moment. Like it is already fired off half its ammo. Wow. That is redonkulous. Well, that's legendary for you. It's... Holy crap, man. That thing has gotten like 100 kills. Okay, not fire at will. Take out the javelins, because the javelins are going to be doing some wrecking. I'm going to go into Testudo for a moment. I'm going to switch back over to shield wall if I get the chance. Trying to wreck some of the javelins. Testudo is just better protection. And it's actually better against cavalry, too.
The tide of battle turns against us.
The tide of battle is just fine. If it weren't for that filthy onager. Wow. Just run out of ammo already, please. Good grief, man. That thing must have like 100 and some odd kills. Oh, crap. There. I'm going to get at least some of them switched back over to shield wall where they have a bonus versus infantry. This is bad. Like, I mean, that onager has completely wrecked this unit along with the javelins. And not even all the reinforcements are there. So let's start running our cavalry. We should have probably already started this. I've wrecked a pretty fair number of the javelins. I'm going to start aiming for pikes. Just trying to make sure I'm firing at units where my crossbow bolts go up and over. Ugh, even that's kind of like a tight shot there. The crossbow bolts aren't shooting kind of up and over. They're firing kind of a dangerous low arc over my own men. Really have to watch out for that. My Armigeri, though, are holding the line very nicely. A little bit worried, though, about this unit that is low in numbers. Very worried about it, actually, because if it breaks, we're going to have a big problem on our hands. I'm thinking about, I'm going to take this Armigeri off the flank. Maybe put the spear over here. And let's bring this other Armigeri in right behind this one. Get over here, please. There we go. Let's work on that. There. Has my cavalry coming. Cavalry's getting over there nicely. Should be able to get some rear charges soon. Okay, so we're going to get the other Armigerians, so we should be safe. I'm going to go into rapid advance just so I can get my Maori and Equites over here sooner. General's under attack, but he's not taking any severe damage. I want to use my crossbows. I'm really worried about their arc of fire. They act like they're going to fire low right now. They are. There's a very, very high chance of severe friendly damage at the moment, so I'm going to have to hold off. Dadgummit, freaking stupid AI. I'm going to have to watch out for a minute because their dumb lancers are chasing me over here, and I'm going to have to kill them with my Maori and Equites first. Kill them already. Come on, I have 2 javelin units. Those lancers ought to be dead. Okay, I'm losing 1 Armigeri, but I've got the backup there, so we're good. I'm going to go ahead and slam into the back of this blob with one of my Gallic Equites. And I'm going to let my Maori and Equites just throw javelins at these spears. I This whole blob over here has seen better days, apparently. Wondering if I can disengage this Armigeri without losing the whole unit. I don't think I can. It's probably going to shatter and maybe gone forever. Okay, yeah. Go into skirmish. I don't... Stop getting caught. Let's go take out the spear unit real quick. Gallic Equites have 100 kills, which is great, but gonna have to continue to kind of clear out this blob a little here. There's pikes and everything in it. Just got charged by those sword units. I'm gonna have to retreat. Got too much infantry pouring in against my Wow, these guys got slaughtered by javelins apparently, so brilliant work there, getting yourself hit by javelins. Good to know that skirmish is good for nothing. I'm going to come over here and take out a few more of these units. My Armigeri are holding the line just fine, so I'm not going to force the rear charges here just because it's not entirely necessary. This unit just wrecked that Nordic brigade. Okay, all the pike units are chasing me now, which big deal. Let's just take my cavalry and ignore the infantry here. Lost a spear unit there, but won't be the end of the world. There's not a lot of enemy cavalry up against me. I think we should be able to hold our ground against any remaining enemy infantry here. I'd like to get more cavalry. What is going on? Like, how... I gave you a move order way over here. How did we even get connected with the pikes over here? Let's go pick off this Nordic warlord. If I smash him between two Gallic Equites, he ought to die very quickly. I don't know where the other warlord's at. Nordic Brigade. I haven't seen a warlord over here, so... There's one right there. So I'm gonna go straight into the Nordic warlord and then try and come around the back, clean them up with a couple of swift charges here. That heavy cavalry charge into the front should have probably been a little more devastating than that. But since it's a high health unit, maybe it saved them. But I mean, they're dead now. If this Nordic warlord wasn't dead, it's certainly dead now. They're gonna get cremated by these two sword cavalry units, especially with the heavy mass. But I guess, like I said, the health and the armor of that general's unit making it a little bit longer to crack. Gotta get away from the pikemen. Get away from the pikemen, please. Get away from the pikemen, please. Okay, for the third or fourth time I've given you the order, please get away from the pikemen. There we go. Yes. Very nice. Actually, it wasn't very nice. That was absolutely awful. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. We've lost some units here in the center. That's a little bit of a problem. Can't really see what's in this blob here. These are definitely not my men, though, so unload on it. I'm going to go into heavy shot and try and stop these pikes that are trying to bust through the center. I do have units that I can move up from the flanks. I just took a javelin volley from those axes, so brilliant. It's actually not brilliant. I'm a little bit frustrated with that. Some mismanagement here, and I might be likely to get Sextus killed. I'm going to just use my crossbows. I do have units still in here, but I mean, I'm going to have to do something about this. I can pull another Armigeri back over here. Just kind of spread out. Get ready to help hold here if we need to. But otherwise, I want to try and use my crossbows a little bit to tear up this blob. In fact, let's target the other Nordic warlord. Let's just keep my cavalry alive for now. Yeah, just keep a couple alive in case we end up needing them in like a crazy late game scenario of some sort. Let's get this Armigeri and shield wall just in case it gets engaged. Now my crossbows are cleaning up a lot of kills here in the center. We've got the Nordic warlord targeted with heavy shot. Oh yeah, yeah, we just took a huge chunk out of him. Wow, man, this Gallic cavalry got absolutely javelin wrecked by those stupid axe band. This unit right here is about to bite it for good, but with the general broken, if we could kill it, that would be absolutely brilliant here. And we might, as he turns away. Got another volley in there, but looks like he's going to get away. No, he came back from routing already. Let's go ahead and target this axe band. It's a dangerous unit if it breaks through, so we need to get rid of the pikes. I may just have to sacrifice my own men, but I could probably outflank at this point. Not a ton of enemy infantry incoming still. Targeting the Nordic axe band. So Sextus is going to be able to hold the line here. I'm going to get into the back of these pikemen. It's definitely an ugly fight, but it's going to be a victory. Crossbow kills now mounting here in the late game. The javelins for the enemy probably got quite a few kills as well. Let's target them with the crossbows so that we can go ahead and clean them up. And then let's go see if we can take out any routing units with these cavalry. They're trying to go straight off the field. So Sextus' army is in pretty rough shape. We can pull the other army over to help defend him if we feel like it's totally necessary, and it might be. Unless we can easily auto-resolve Londinium. We're going to need to protect them. Still a lot of enemy troops here. Some of my Armageri are getting pounded on. I'm going to come in here and try and wipe out these remaining axe band. This whole flank over here potentially about to collapse. But the enemy's collapsing over here too. My Armageri have done a pretty stellar job getting a ton of kills. But they're basically dead, and I may lose a pretty fair portion of them. Flank charge here on the Nordic axe warband, so they ought to be dead meat. I'm going to have to just sacrifice my few Armageri that are left and take out these pikes right here. I don't know how, but my Equites Prima Gallia, maybe they're getting fired on by these javelins, but they were kind of getting wrapped up in this fight. Sextus' army has just taken brutal losses in this fight. Brutal losses, but it was a victory. Their guys keep coming back from routing. Like, I mean, they're coming back from routing, like, right here in front of my men. Like, seconds after having routed off the battlefield, they're just coming right back. One man left in this Equites Prima Gallia. I didn't even know that was possible. Thank goodness for these crossbows, because if I didn't have these crossbows, then this battle would actually be a loss. Let's chase that pike. Well, actually, don't chase the pike unit, because it'll probably come back from routing and turn around and kill me. Let's get over here into these melee troops with these Maori and Equites, see if we can get them off the battlefield once and for all. Okay, stop firing there. Let's take Sextus out of the Testudo and attack these Nordic skirmishers so they can't get to my Ballistari. There we go. Should be ready to finish mopping up all these Nordic axe band out here. Of course, they got some more javelins off. Wow. Those Saxon armies just did not want to give up. This Nordic axe warband is the only Saxon unit left on the battlefield and not routing when being rear charged. Fights down to 7-4. Fights almost to the last man there on the battlefield. That's as impressive as it is annoying. And this pike unit has not routed either. Let's just get my guys out of the way and shoot it with crossbows. There we go. All right, I'm gonna have to end the battle. Wow, that was much uglier than anticipated. But we did kill 4,100 Saxons, which should include their garrison. I'm gonna try and take on warriors, so any of my units that did survive that battle in their entirety, we may have lost up to half my troops, though. I mean, we'll see. No, we got really lucky there with what it gave me. I'm going to replenish off their troops because Sextus needs all the strength he can get right now. I hope there's not any Caledonians or anything else left, or else Sextus is in for a rough ride. See what happens. Appius, though, has to rush to Corinium because the Swabians are trying to take it. This is going to be a bit of a tricky maneuver, but I think we can pull it off. So the invasion of Britannia against the Saxons there being a little more epic than expected for Sextus, but despite a lot of potential mistakes by air there, the troops did very well, and having gotten him those better troops was obviously pretty critical there. What are you up to, you Hunnic fools? Anytime today. Not getting any younger. Let's go already. Holy crap, man, I hate this. Come on, let's go. I hate it when their agent actions take forever. Thank you.
We request that you join this war.
And I request that you shut your trap and actually win your wars. Bunch of babies. Alright. Constantinople is so screwed.
We come to you in
no. You all know what's gonna happen. If the Huns don't burn you, I'm gonna do it. The Thrungians, they're just like, we're just gonna stay on this side of the Alps. We've kind of seen what happens, and we'll just stay up here. Bide our time. Yeah, you better get out of my lands. That was their faction leader. Crap, I should have gone over there and killed him. What was I thinking? Roman separatists want military access? Dream on. You put 1 foot on my land and I will kill you. You're lucky to be alive as it is. There's just no point in me conquering your crappy little province. That's the only reason why you're alive. Because heaven knows that I wouldn't let you just get away with it. Okay, so the Saxons had a critical failure there. That's always what I like to hear. Alright. So Sextus, in a fairly tight battle, survives the initial battle at Londinium. We can now auto-resolve this to our favor. We may have to build a military facility up here and get Sextus back up to snuff. Take on some mercenaries or something. Might lose some more units. Oh, fortunately we did not. That was great. I'm going to occupy Londinium so he can start retraining. And the faster he can retrain, the better. Because that was a lot more painful battle than I had really ever hoped for it to be. Let's see what we should build here. Probably go ahead and drop in a forum. We've got Appius ready to take Corinium. So we can auto-resolve this one. It'll be fairly simple for Appius. Nothing too big to worry about. The Saxon or the Swabians have landed in force here. I just want to be able to take this province in its entirety, so I'll probably quickly move on with Appius towards the other end. That way, if the Swabians do take anything, I can at least have this whole province to myself. But it looks like they are just full on gunning for the Saxons here. I don't know if they're at war with any of the other factions up here, but they are certainly gunning for the Saxons. And this province is going to pretty quickly rebel as well. Repair the farm and convert it over. So yeah, we're going to run into a rebellion pretty darn fast here. Alright. So there we go. The invasion of Britannia. A little bit ugly, a little bit crazy, but we made it through the first turn. The African rebels have a pretty substantial army on a transport fleet outside of their settlement. I wonder how many more forces they have at their disposal. We could handle, I mean, this province isn't going to immediately rebel, so what I'm thinking is let's move up and siege Leptis. And we're going to need to hold it for a while. These are like Romanized rebels here. They have a couple of onager. Build some siege towers. Let's maintain the siege. And I'm going to move up the secondary army to reinforce.
Is that all?
So we should be able to take down the enemies there. This, again, this province is going to be in pretty rough shape. But we will do what we can. Local industry, tannery. Yeah, let's tear this down and let's make sure we take advantage of the grapes there. I think we're good. Sitting here trying to think. So I have another army that could go down to Africa, and we'd probably still be safe because I have I only have 4 armies in Italy, but I have this other one nearby, and then the one in Iberia. I might pull this army and just go ahead and start making my way down towards Africa, just to make sure that we have everything we need, because we may end up needing help against the Garamantians. But yeah, there we go. We've actually done some conquering, some retaking. Let's see where I'm at on time. Pretty much out of time for this episode as well. The next episode, we'll try and take Camalodunum, or whatever it is here. We'll try and take it, and then I'll see. I don't know who the Swabians are at war with. Let's take a check here. We're military allies, so it's fairly safe to assume that they're at war with the same people I am. Maybe not every single one. They are at war with both the Caledonians, not the Abdonians, so I don't know if they'll move north towards the Caledonians. They very well could. They're also not at war with the Picts, though they very well could be soon. They don't have good relations, but not terrible relations with the others. But yeah, so the re-Romanization of Britannia is underway. I wonder if none of these factions wanted to trade with me yet. I remember messing with them, so we'll mess with them again later. HeirofCarthage signing out. Hope you all enjoyed it.